Good morning. Phil just slipped out of screen.
Good morning. Yeah, that probably looks even weirder than normal.
Does it flash? Isn't it supposed to flash?
Well, yeah, but there aren't people on yet, so I'm waiting.
Oh, he's waiting.
I'm waiting. I have to get the full impact.
The full impact of
See, nobody is signed in at all yet.
Yes, but if people are just now tuning in, a day or two later, they could see the...
Is that what it is?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Whatever. So, nobody remembered to turn their clocks forward.
Maybe not.
Or they're like us and we're just barely here on time. Oh, it's you, Phil.
I like it.
Yeah. March
really
17th
annoying.
is Wednesday. It's Sunday, but we're celebrating it early because we can. And he's Irish, so...
Tammy, first person signed in. Woohoo!
You actually remembered to set your
there's
clock
there's
forward.
other people that are, probably watching, but they don't sign in.
Well, that may be true.
Yeah.
That may be true. So, happy St. Patrick's Day
Hello.
in a few days.
Yeah, close enough. Hi, Beth.
Hello, good morning.
I got one for you. This is an excerpt from Amanda Gorman. She's a young lady that she's a poet from Los Angeles, young gal that did a really, really nice poem
Hi, Tracy.
at
Hi,
the
Scott.
inauguration. Hi, Scott. And this is just a little excerpt. I heard you actually. She's really got some kind of cool stuff. So anyway, excuse me. We lift our gazes not to what stands between us, but what stands before us. We close the divide because we know to put our future first, we must put our differences aside. We lay down our arms so we can reach out our arms to one another. We seek harm to none and harmony for all.
Harmony.
Nice.
I love it.
Nice.
Brilliant person.
Yeah.
For such a young...
gal.
Not that age makes a dang bit of difference.
Well, it does.
A lot of old people are stupid.
Okay.
Age doesn't make us any wiser.
True.
Our discernment of
Hi,
our
Mary.
life is what brings us
Yes.
to being
More
wiser.
t-shirts and sweatshirts. Prayer, the world's greatest wireless connection.
Amen.
Excuse
Bless
me.
you.
Gosh, I got a frog.
Is it a green frog for...
Make lies wrong again. Yeah. I'm a multitasker. I can listen, ignore, and forget all at the same time.
You need that shirt.
I've thought about running away more as an adult than I did as a child.
There's probably truth to that one for all of us. I
Life
think.
is too short to waste time matching socks.
I don't know. I like matching socks. Although...
Miss Charlene, this is more church bulletins. Miss Charlene Mason saying, I will not pass this way again, giving obvious pleasure to the congregation. Okay. Ladies, don't forget the rummage sale. It's a chance to get rid of all those things not keeping around the house. Don't forget your husbands. Next Sunday is the family hayride and bonfire at the Fowlers. Bring your own hot dogs and guns. Friends are welcome. Everyone come for fun time.
there's probably... Yeah. Mm-hmm. I have no words for that.
No words. No words. We do have a couple patron saints. But I hope this isn't too distracting.
Yeah.
So, we have a couple patron saints by the name of George Carlin and John Lennon.
Yay, George and John.
Hi, Susan. Hi, Terry. And John said, all we are saying is give peace a chance. Give it a chance. Give it a chance.
Yes.
Give it a chance. Dude. George, I'm always
George.
relieved when someone is delivering a eulogy and I realize I'm listening to it.
Yep, George.
Yep. Thank you, George.
And
And?
in case you haven't remembered recently, we normally start church services with the song from the Doobie Brothers, Jesus is Just Alright With Me. Well, yeah. So hopefully you can remember that in your brain.
We were at the church yesterday for the drive-by.
Yeah.
It was nice. Oh my gosh, nice weather. We sat outside most all the time.
Yep. It was nicer outside than it was inside because we got the heat in the buildings. It was pretty chilly.
So all the board members were inside the building and we were outside talking to everybody. It was
Yeah,
nice.
it was nice.
Mary said, doesn't that bother you, Phil?
Yeah, doesn't it?
No. Are you kidding?
He's oblivious.
I live with you.
There will be reckoning.
Belle from Disney's animated film Beauty and the Beast
Yes.
can be glimpsed in a crowd scene in another Disney animated feature, The Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Oh.
So, there you go.
What is that sound? Oh,
Cat.
it's a cat. Oh no, he has not eaten yet. He may present himself to be
Who knows?
famished.
He that wrestles with us strengthens our nerves and sharpens our skill. Our antagonist is our helper.
It's true.
Probably true. Courage is fear holding on a minute longer.
Am I your helper, honey?
Courage
I'm sorry, I
is
didn't hear that.
fear holding on a minute longer.
Ah, true.
George Patton.
The
A
other
certain
one.
amount of opposition is a great help to men. Kites rise against, not with, the wind. Courage is doing what you're afraid to do. There can be no courage unless you're scared. Eddie Rickenbacker.
I don't know who that is.
Oh, World War I ace.
Oh.
He shot down lots of people and
Okay,
obviously
I
got
can't
shot
think
at a
of
lot.
anymore. Oh, it's a
Oh!
whole other thing. Well, let's see if I can endure that one.
Didn't know it did more than one thing.
Does it do anything else?
I don't know. What do you want?
Try
To
it
get
again.
on?
Oh, constant.
on
There you go.
constant.
Just do constant.
Okay. Okay.
It's flashing my brains.
Okay. Good humor is one of the best articles of dress one can wear in society.
Humor is a powerful tool. Yes, for sure.
People seldom improve when they have no other model but themselves to copy. Ta-da. Behind every successful man is a surprised woman. Nobody can make you feel inferior without your permission. Eleanor Roosevelt.
And that's very, 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 very true.
It is.
Very true.
It is. And this is all I've really got to end. I have no good jokes because I forgot. We were at church yesterday and Phil forgot to pick up stuff.
Jokes.
Of course,
Yeah, break out the sunglasses. Yeah.
no,
or
I was
the
looking at
shield.
the wine.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah. Oh. Okay. Anyway, more George Carlinisms. If you take an Oriental person and spin him around several times, does he become disoriented? If people from Poland are called Poles, why aren't people from Holland called holes? It's George. Why do we say something is out of whack? What's a whack? Kind of. Do infants enjoy infancy as much as adults enjoy adultery? I don't know. If a pig loses its voice, is it disgruntled?
no, it's just a little horse.
If love is blind, why is lingerie so popular? When someone asks you a penny for your thoughts and you put your 2 cents in, what happens to the other penny?
People change.
Ah, that was good.
That was good.
That's
I'm
good.
impressed with that one.
So if I click this one more time, does it go out?
Let's just see. Oh, it's a moment of truth here. Yes. Where's
now
your
it's
button?
me.
Is this
now
you?
it's me. Here's my button.
Your on-off button. Kiss me, I'm Irish.
Okay,
He is Irish.
I suppose I'm down here. Hi, Marlena.
Hello.
What does
No,
Claire
you're not
say?
done yet.
Break out the sunglasses. Oh.
We're not done yet. You were going.
What?
Well, would you take those off because we're gonna have a serious conversation? kind of
What?
just stories. We were going to talk about finding our soul song today,
Ah.
and Phil had the most profound experience in this way. Our philosophy is, if I can, distress leads to success. So that which causes us distress is often where our soul song is, where our destiny is.
Which is exactly kind of the opposite of what
it
most
seems
people
like,
say.
Yeah, it seems like it shouldn't be that way, but it really, really is.
Certainly can
So,
be.
Phil is a great example of this. I love to use this example because the thing that you
I'm a great example for most things.
whether it's a good
Or
example
bad.
or not, we
No,
don't know.
I
But so he changed careers. What?
Again.
17 years ago,
18
18 years ago.
Yeah.
And we were really hoping that this would be something he would really like and stick to, and all of that. He'd always liked other jobs that he did.
Then, had different businesses that I had, and
Right.
it's like, okay.
And a lot of times there were sales, and when you work for somebody else in their sales, there's always another higher quota. So the harder you work, the more you punished you get for.
Even when I was a regional manager for a big computer company back when they had things like that, it was always what you had done last year didn't matter. It's what you can do this year,
And
which I get, but
they always put the goals higher, so you're always just killing yourself. Anyway, so he changed careers, and as he was getting into that career more, he found that he was really distressed by people making stupid decisions. And he found that that was really an irritant, really
things
irritating.
that weren't in their best interest,
Yeah, and it just irritated him.
based on faulty information usually.
So as we looked at that with the eyes of this expanded awareness, he noticed that if he gave them information, he didn't care what they chose. Because if they gave them information, then their decisions were their decisions, and he could let them make whatever decision they wanted. It wasn't up to him. He didn't have a care about that. But what really bothered him was that people were making decisions without the information. So he fine-tuned his business based on that, as to really helping people understand. And as a result, that brought him a lot of success in his business and really helped a lot of people.
And what most people found at the end of our discussions about anything in insurance related, whether it was life or health insurance or annuities, I mean, it didn't matter. But people given enough information can make a good decision based on that information. Sometimes, very infrequently, but sometimes people would at the end of our discussions go, I still don't know which one to pick is going to be best for me. And I would look them in the eye and say, I will not let you make a wrong decision. And people will go, oh, okay.
And then once they relaxed, then it was easier for them to move forward and choose for themselves. So he found his soul song, or his destiny, was in imparting information. So now that he's retired, it was like, okay, what are you going to do with yourself? Because our destiny is that soul song is always attempting to emerge.
And I've helped people, buy solar panels. I've helped people buy electric cars, just based on information that they really couldn't get
Anywhere else.
except from someone that had a very big foot in the game and possibly tried to steer them towards a particular thing for their own purpose.
For their own purposes. So he's even helped people purchase vehicles. So he has found that soul song is the same. How he's implementing it is different, but still helping people have information. That's what he came here to do. So so even though our soul song circumstances may change because of external circumstances, I mean, he's certainly not going to, he's retired, he's not going to help people buy insurance any further, but he still has that.
Actually, I have, over the last year, people have called me and I still have talked to them.
Yeah.
And then at the end of conversations, they go, I retired a few months ago.
So we can, we can steer him to somebody who can actually do the transaction. But that soul song that is a part of us is here. It's in every single one of us. And it's seeking a way to express itself in a positive way. And often how it comes to our attention is by aggravating us. My soul song was based on people would tell me I had to choose between my faith and my intuition. And it ticked me off, made me angry. Because it was like, why? Why do I have to choose one or the other? Why can't they work together? And the answer is they can. And so that's been the essence of my soul song, is bringing the intuition and coupling it with faith, and how they work together to bless our lives.
It's the dog.
Did she get all settled in there?
Yeah.
That's good. So our discussion this morning is a little bit about finding that soul song and noticing things that aggravate us, things that irritate us and make us angry or frustrated. Because often that's where our soul is invested. And we have a positive way to shift that. We're here to make a difference in the world. Not to get aggravated or angry at the world, but to shift it. And there's a lot of anger in the world right now and a lot of frustration in the world right now. Look at that. There's some element of that you may have come to alleviate. You may have a gift in some way to bless that. Phil's gift is all this wealth of tidbit information that nobody else would want to carry in their brain. He's got a lot
Nobody else
loaded
cares
up
about
there.
it.
Yeah, but he's got it locked and loaded, and this person needs that amount of information, and that one over there needs this information over there, and he's got it locked up in there, and he can share that, and that's what he came here to do. So that's what we're all about, is finding the expression of our soul song, and that puts us on the path of our destiny, what we came here to do, is change the world. Dog and cat are playing. Just a drive-by, I guess. So I think that's all I have for you at this point in time.
Okay.
You can turn the heat off.
I will take my glasses.
You'll flash and go. Oh, not flash, but
Should I just turn this off? Or?
yes, please. I warmed up.
Okay. See you in a bit.
Okay. Toodles, Mr. Phil. So I want to talk to you a little bit about finding your soul song. And yeah, it's often hidden under aggravation. But you'll find even with aggravation, even noticing that's not going to give you the full details as to what your soul song is about, what your destiny is about. But notice recurring themes in your world. So for me, the recurring themes just kept coming back around to the same intuition and faith. Why do they have to fight each other? Why do I have to have one or the other? Or why can't they work together? So the situations where faith and intuition work together just kept showing up and showing up and showing up. And every time I would follow one, a door would open to something bigger and better. And I'd follow it again, and then a new door would open. And things would expand and expand and expand. So follow what brings you joy and be aware of the irritations along the way. That's the key. That's the key to finding your soul song. Because we didn't come to suffer. A lot of people think we came to suffer. Now, the physical form has the unique ability to feel pain. The emotional being has the ability to feel pain. The mental being has the ability to feel pain. But that's not what we came here to do. That's not our soul purpose. That's not our soul song. Our soul song is this beautiful expression that guides our every movement. And that in spite of the difficulties, in spite of the suffering, there's this beautiful bliss that embeds itself in our being. And no matter what the physical form is feeling, we can still feel joyful. No matter what the mental brain is churning up, we can still find hope and peace and joy. And it's those things that we are reaching for in our lives. Those things are the ones that are the expression of our soul song. I have a Bible verse I want to share with you. It comes from Ecclesiastes. You might remember Ecclesiastes. That's the book that has, there's a time for everything. A time for whatever. Since I can't quote it, a time to give birth and a time to die, time to plant and a time to uproot what is planted, that sort of thing. It's that's in chapter 3 of Ecclesiastes. Later on in that chapter, starting with verse 10, 11, and 12, this is profound. I really want us to pay attention to this because your soul song is emitted when we're in alignment with this truth. So hold on to your hats for this one. So this is Solomon saying, I have seen the task which God has given the sons of men with which to occupy themselves. He's seen the task, okay? He, divine source, God, higher power, whatever that is for you, has made everything appropriate in its time. He also has set eternity in their heart, so that man will not find out the work which God has done from the beginning even to the end. So we're never going to figure it out. We may get some clues, we may have an idea, but it's still going to be faith because we don't know all the workings. We can't get it all. We think we will. We think we can. And then there's more that we discover that we didn't know about. But here's the key. I know that there is nothing better for them, all of us people, all of us humans, than to rejoice and do good in one's lifetime. That's it. Everything else is just stuff. Everything else is stuff. Because if we rejoice, if we're in that state of joyfulness, then we're tapping into this energy field that generates our soul song and harmonizes with our soul song and expresses our soul song. And so if we're in that rejoicing and we do good, we're not doing harm to another human being, we're doing good. That's what we came here to do. And that changes everything. Now, with that said, right now we're going through some really weird stuff that maybe we haven't experienced in our generation, and our parents' generation even. My grandparents, see, I'm old. My grandparents went through the Spanish flu in the 20s, or 18, 19, and 20s. That's why they call them the Roaring 20s, because after that, then people just celebrated and came out of their homes. And I think we're going to be doing some of that ourselves. Should we get beyond this lockdown phase that we're in? But this is new to most of us. I didn't experience it in my childhood. I haven't experienced it in my 70 years of living. And so we're not in a place where a lot of us can move forward yet. There's still lockdown. There's still phases that we have yet to go through before we are free to express and free to step forward. So it's kind of like living in the twilight zone. And I'm not being facetious here. You know, you probably heard the Twilight Zone theme. Nee, 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 nee. Yeah, well, 2020, 2020, and so into 2021 as well. But there is this twilight period where we're not really taking action and we're kind of just maintaining. So it's almost like twilight can be just before dark, just before evening, before night. And it's the dawn time is a twilight time of there's light, but it's not real bright light. You can't really see things clearly. And it's in this time that because we can't see things clearly, that we need to stop looking for answers, for specific, what's in, if you're out in the twilight, evening time, you can't tell, is there something under that tree? Is that a rock or is that a dog? Or is that a wolf or is that a coyote or is that a twig? You can't tell. It's hard to tell. And that's kind of where we're at right now. It's hard to tell what's there. It's hard to discern. It's hard to perceive. And that doesn't mean that we don't, but just we shift our perceptions a little bit inward. Now's the time to look in. Now's the time to look in. Now's the time to perceive. Now's the time to notice this part of us. Because this part of us can be clearer. Often when we're distracted by all things going on in the world out there, we don't look internally. We don't look at our self-motivation. We don't look at what the world has to offer within and what we have to offer the world. It's so much easier to get distracted. Play video games and watch movies. And, we all have been probably doing some of that binge watching of our favorite shows, that sort of thing. But if we could take a few moments every day and just notice What's going on internally? What's the real gritch here? What's the sand in your oyster shell? This could create a pearl. Instead of getting aggravated at it, look at it. And look at it with this expanded awareness of honor. The expanded awareness of noticing the truth of it. Because within that truth, there's this deeper message of our own soul song of what we came here to do. And maybe it doesn't change the entire planet, but it might change the world in which you live. And maybe it can't change the family dynamics you're in, but it could change your relationship with friends and neighbors. So notice the sand under the shell. Notice what pearl is being created. The good book talks about the pearl of great price, which is truth. What's your truth? Phil's truth was people deserve to have information. And I can learn and I can give it to them. It's not in there, all that information that Phil carries around his noggin. It's not something that we would want to even sit down and look at and study, much less absorb and keep that information. But he does. He has a mind for that. He has a heart for that. He has a soul for that. And not everybody in this world likes the intuition stuff. And not everybody appreciates faith as much as I do. Some do. And there are those that are really trying to find a way to link them because there are aspects of themselves that they want to honor. Both aspects at the same time. And so I open doorways to do that. Most of those doorways are in the form of techniques and processes to help a person utilize their intuition to tap into deeper faith. How beautiful is that? In my world, that's really beautiful. But it started with this aggravation. It started with one person saying, you've got to give that up if you think you have faith. You can't have your faith and have that too. And that just was so hurtful to me. That really dug in. It was painful. Where's your pain? And I don't mean body pain. I don't mean mental anguish because of worry or fear or whatever. But what is that gritch that gets you? Every time somebody says something, you just find yourself having an aversion to that. You may have come to change the world in that aspect. And maybe not the whole world, but your world. And doors will open as a result of lining up into that truth, that pearl of great price that's being created. But this aggravation, this pearl is being emerging, is becoming truth, is becoming a real thing for you. And when that emerges, then this is going to lead you and guide you in your journey. And it's a beautiful journey from that moment on. Even when life does kick us in the teeth with unexpected things. Delilah. Hey. Phil, you want to get your dog? Here she is. Come here, Lila. Come say hi to everybody. Come here. People want to say hi. Bring her up. She barked. She may as well say hello, right?
Hey, come here.
Come here. Come here. Come say hi. Come here. Come up here. Come here. Come on. She's being a dork. I know the people really love her. Look at those legs. Yeah, there you are. Say hello. This is Delilah. This is the one that's barking. Hello. Be a good girl now. Okay. She's so silly. Okay, so let me guide you through a guided meditation, and hopefully this thing will shut it. You want to give her a chewy or something to keep her face occupied? She could do that.
Just make noise.
Well, it's not right under the computer. She's like, what? What did I do? Excuse me. So let's guide you through a guided meditation. And let's talk about this twilight time. And let's talk about your soul song, shall we? Let's do that. I think that'd be really important. So as I was working on our guided meditation, I worked 2 hours on it last night. And it seemed like every time I would get something, then something, it just wasn't right. Went to bed, put my head on the pillow. Ping, that's not where we're going. We're going here. You've been working on something we tried to distract you from 50 times yesterday, but you were so centered on it. Got to be this one. So that other one may manifest itself another day, but it's not what we were going to do today. Sometimes I listen really clearly and sometimes I don't. Isn't that the way it is? It's so much easier when I listen. If I had just noticed that I was struggling, but I didn't know I was struggling. I thought, well, I'll figure this out. And, I'm just a little slow tonight, or I'm tired, or whatever. No, it was not. It was just a struggle, a needless struggle. That's the other positive aspect of utilizing this sacred time of twilight in order to really look. Because we tend to just struggle because we think it's got to be hard. And it doesn't. And usually when it's right for us, it's easy. It's easy and the doors just open. So let's take a look at moving into that twilight and looking at ourselves in a different light, shall we? Let's begin by getting comfortable wherever you are. Get comfortable. If your feet are propped up, just notice that they're propped up and you're going to use your base of grounding through your backside, your bottom, and how that hits the chair, maybe the backs of your legs. Whatever's in contact with ground is your grounding source. So we're going to notice that. And as you notice that, that just helps you feel anchored in this time and space. The higher we want to go spiritually, the more grounded it is to be. It's more important it is to be grounded. So just noticing that and noticing the weight of your body. That's gravity having an effect on your physical form. That's the law of this physical plane. And being aware of that grants us the ability to move beyond it. So being aware of this physical plane, being aware of the physical form, being aware of touching where you're anchored into the physical plane grants you this grounded energy. Now bring your energy to your heart space. And your heart space isn't just your heart in your physical body, not that just the physical organ. It's this whole chest area of your body. And we're going to expand that to include your belly, because this whole torso area has a lot of energy fields here, has a lot of insightful information for us. Have you ever had a gut feeling? And sometimes we get a pang in our heart. So our guts and our heart have their own wisdom, have their own electrical energy that's wisdom. We want to access that as well as the mind's wisdom. And we want to access the wisdom from expanded awareness and not the chatter. And usually that chatter looks like judgment. At least it does for me. Does it not for you? Judging myself, judging someone else, judging the situation as bad, judging a situation as that should not have happened. If we can let go of that judgment, then our expanded awareness can perceive things that are beyond our mental awareness. And this expanded awareness utilizes the heart space, that heart of hearts, not just our emotions, but the heart of hearts, the soul truth of it, the truth of it. And those insights that come from our feelings, our instinctual awareness. So we can access all of that. So you have a sense of all of that. Now we're going to amplify that by tapping into divine source. And we can do that. One way in which we do that, we're always tapped in. But one way in which we can amplify that is to notice that there's an energy portal above our head. And we can start by noticing the one at the top of our head and connecting in to the one that taps into our awareness for now. And it can be different. Every time we come into the guided meditation, you could have a totally different access point. Because you are different every time you step into a meditation, every time you step into this expanded awareness. So what is it for you today? Is it the golden portal? Is it a blue portal? Is it green? Maybe it's emerald green like my shirt, or sparkly emerald green like my necklace. Maybe it's purple like my glasses. Maybe it's aqua or iridescent. Look and notice, and look with your awareness. So your awareness is going to notice that there's like an opening, like a break in the clouds, a sun break. And that'll have a tinge of color to it. What color are you perceiving right now? What color comes to your awareness first? If you're not in a place where you're comfortable noticing, pick one. Because what happens is when you pick one, you're intuitively tapping into what's already here. So pick something. Oh, I might get it wrong. No, you can't get it wrong. If you think, well, maybe it's aqua, but I'm going to pick red. That's fine. Because when you choose whatever color you're going to choose, the universe shifts. And the information you need is going to come through in a way that you can hear it in this moment. So trust that. As you tap into that energy, and as you tap into that energy, then this living light of love flows from that sunbreak into your head, and it touches your mind. It touches your mind, your physical brain, and your expanded awareness. Touches all of that. So you're going to perceive things from this expanded perception, from a divine perception. Now let it touch your eyebrows, your occipital lobes, and your eyes. And this will intensify your ability to perceive in a spiritual way. Let it touch your ears, your mouth, your throat. This activates your truth circuit. This is how we speak our truth. This is how we hear truth. And we can hear somebody else's truth, even if it doesn't align with ours. No, that's their truth. It's not my truth. Because we can perceive their truth, we can perceive my truth, and we can perceive the truth, capital T truth. And that happens in this circuit. So letting that living light of love touch that and access that information for you so you can discern truth more clearly. Letting more and more of that living light of love flow into your shoulders, into your arms, into your hands. We carry a ton of tension in our shoulders, don't we? If you even move that around a little bit, that opens that up and allows more energy in. When we're tight and restricted, energy doesn't flow as well. So open up, relax, allow. Allow that energy to be a blessing to you. You can. Bring it into your torso now and let it touch all of those sensory systems. And as it does that, it awakens them to a higher level of perception. How beautiful is that? Bringing more and more energy into your lower body. And again, noticing that grounding. Noticing the connection that you have in this physical plane. If you didn't have a destiny, you wouldn't be here. You do. So you are. Don't you love it? Now let's take a little walk in our imagination. I'd like you to find a way out into an open space. And notice that it's just becoming twilight. The sun is beginning to set. Everything is muting, softening down. The colors are not so bright and vibrant. The energy is softer and quieter. So the birds have stopped singing, and that the crickets haven't quite awakened yet. So it's quiet. It's peaceful. And notice that what you could see of a tree before, you could see the depth. Now it's just a flat silhouette. Perhaps you can see some distance in there, some 3D aspect of that. But it seems more just a silhouette. And as you notice your night sky, notice that in one side of your sky it still has a lot of light as the sun is setting. There's might be colors and the clouds tinged with bright colors. That could be beautiful. And notice that the other side of your vision is much darker, and some stars are even available to you to perceive, to notice. And you have a deep sense that it's all okay. Nothing is right or wrong. Nothing is good or bad. Nothing is here or there. It just is. It's a place of is. And this allows your soul to find peace and feel settled. Not that we're settling for less than, but that we can just settle into our own awareness. There's nothing out there that is calling our attention. It's all soft, all muted. But what's bright and clear is our own intent, our own existence, our own reason for being here. And we've had so many frustrations and irritations in our world, but they're not who we are. They're an experience of something that we're experiencing. But beneath that, in this peaceful state of twilight, we can notice our own heartbeat. We can notice our own soul beat. We can notice our own pearl of truth that is emerging. And maybe there's something that really feels like an aversion to you, something that's really a struggle for you, or gritty to you. Look beyond the grit. Looking underneath the grit. And there's something sweet for you to know. You came here to be the gift beyond that suffering for yourself and others. So notice it, even if you can't put words to it. Have a sense of it, feel it. Give it permission to awaken you to your own destiny. Give it permission to sing your soul's song to you, because we forget it. We forget our soul song. We get caught up in all that stress and caught up in all that distress. But it's that very distress that can lead us to success if we allow it to happen. Noticing deeply into your own core, deeply into your own center of your being. Notice the place beyond the distress, beneath the distress. There is this tone, this sound, this harmonic, this rhythm, this tune. It has something to say. It has something to express. It has something to do, and it longs to do it. And in this time of twilight is not the time to do, but it is the time to awaken. And as you bring honor to that, as you bring awareness to that, you feel it strengthen. And you've given it hope, and you've given it honor. And now it can emerge for you, stronger and brighter than ever. So noticing again the twilight time of evening, noticing the sun as it's setting, noticing the dark part of the sky where there's stars, and noticing the truth of who you are. And you will be gifted with a pearl. You'll feel it in your hand, you'll feel it in your awareness. Notice it. Perhaps it's a pink pearl. Perhaps it's a black pearl. Perhaps it's a white pearl. Or maybe some other color that doesn't exist in the physical form, but exists in our awareness. Notice what kind of pearl you are given, as this may have spiritual significance for you. And now allow yourself to step out of that twilight, back into the here and now, back into this time and space, fully aware, fully awake. Deep breath in and exhale. Really wiggle fingers, wiggle toes, wiggle body. Welcome it back. Bring that back with you. Bring that pearl of understanding, that pearl of wisdom, that pearl of truth with you. And as you do so, feel yourself awaken. And that harmonic of your soul song awakens in every cell of your being. You feel revitalized, recharged, and energized. And Mr. Phil, if you would join me out front again, we'll do communion. I'll take him a second to get here. I hope you enjoyed that. I thought that was rather fun myself. I was gifted with this guided meditation as I drifted to sleep last night. It was quite a blessing. Mr. Phil? Okay, it's on his way. Let you just be with that.
Cat walking on the keyboard, walking on the desk in front of me.
He likes to do that. That's a cat. Yep. Oh, here we go.
Oh, I can see better.
Communion. The guided meditation we did was an opportunity for us to commune with Divine Source. This is a symbolic representation of the physical manifestation of that communing, of that connection. Join us in prayer, please.
Kind of hard to be serious with these on, isn't it?
Yeah, well, it's you. Loving Spirit of Light, as we take this into our bodies, help us to take in the truth of who we are, the truth of our destiny. Help us to emerge and express our soul songs with love and joy. These things we pray in the name of Jesus. Amen.
Okay. That's not much serious as I can do.
I'd like to say you're hopeless, but that's probably not the right phrase.
Hey, give me a break. I only get a chance to do these once a year.
Right.
And they're brand new.
Woohoo. Let's see if you can find them next year.
True.
We'll hope. All right, join us in prayer again, please. Loving Spirit of Light, as we drink this in, help us to drink in life. All of it. Even the irritating things. Help us to drink it in with awareness and see our part in being the voice of change. These things we pray in the name of Jesus. Amen.
Said irritating things. I was wondering if you were looking at me.
My eyes were closed.
I opened mine. Hey, we still have a building. In fact, we just the board just approved a rather large amount of money to repair our roof. So, ouch. But hey, some of you are getting stimulus checks, right?
Just remember.
Just remember.
If you can.
We did get we got a $58 check from Amazon, which
Yay.
is kind of cool.
Thank you.
So thank you, everybody.
0.5%.
Yeah, so like anybody that's out there that spends money on Amazon, if you do it on Amazon Smile, it looks the same, it's exactly the same, except Amazon Smile will give a 0.5% of your purchase price to your charity. So you get to go on there and pick the Divine Fellowship if you'd like, and do anything more. They just send us some check little every once in a while, so it helps.
Thank you. Every little bit helps.
Yeah.
Every little bit helps. Excuse me. So if you have a question about your guided meditation,
I need to go back and take a look.
I guess you do. So be sure and type it up. Phil will text me or call me on the phone, and we'll review those for you. I hope that twilight meditation was a blessing for you. If you have trouble sleeping, I would strongly encourage you to visualize this meditation again, because even though the things are soft and muted, that helps the mind mute down all the stimulation that it's had during the day. So it was certainly beautiful last night going to sleep with this guided meditation. So you might want to try that yourself. So let me see if Mr. Phil has received anything as yet.
Hello.
Hello, Mr. Phil. Have we got anything?
We have one so far. Terry
Yes.
said opening looked like an upside down fire, orange into yellow, with a light pink pearl.
Okay. So the orange into yellow, this is about, orange has to do, if you look at the chakra system, orange has to do with your tribe, your soul tribe, how you fit in, how you navigate your interactions and your connections with others. So the key today with this is what you tapped into has a significance for your soul song. So this tribal energy and moving into the yellow has to do with courage and being the individual, being true to who you are within your tribe. And that's powerful, because a lot of times we feel like we have to change to make everybody like us. But this is about being able to be true to yourself and harmonize in your tribe and being of service in your tribe. And the pink pearl has to do with compassion. And this is being able to express your compassion without being overwhelmed by it. I hope that makes sense for you. So that's a kind of a cue or a clue as to your soul song and what your soul song is wanting to express for you. Okay, anything else?
Yeah, just real quick. Mary asked what happened to the roof. Well, it's combined damage, wind, sun, and age. So it just needs to get some repair work done.
Yeah, that sounds familiar.
Go any further. So, and then of course we got lots and lots of blank paint on the church too that needs to be painted. So yeah, just stuff. We got a building, so it has to happen. Anyway, Joe said a soft yellow flower flowed through me. Swirly charcoal gray pearl.
What was the rest of that?
Swirly charcoal gray pearl.
Okay, so the yellow flower has to do again with this courage to be true to yourself. I'm going to turn you down just a little bit, Phil, you're squeaking. So being true to yourself and allowing the truth of who you are to express itself in creative and joyful ways. And the swirly charcoal gray pearl, this is about being able to discern and be, what's the word I want to use here? Adaptable. Things are not black and white. Yes and no, here and there, right and wrong, good and bad. It's this twilight. There's a lot of twilight in our world, and this allows you the ability to see it and perceive it without judgment and without being judged, without experiencing that judgment that others may have. So you can notice if they seem to be in judgment and just let them be where they are, but you don't have to take it on. You don't have to change it. You don't have to fix it. How fun is that? I hope that's a help for you. Anything else?
Tracy said a light green energy coming through and gifted black pearls.
Okay, so black pearls, plural. Interesting. Excuse me. So the green has to do with healing energy. It also has to do with abundance. So there's an abundance of healing energy flowing through you at this point in time, and there's also an abundant flow. So part of you came here to help others find their abundant flow. And the series of black pearls is allowing you to have more than one specific thing in your world. There's lots of things that you like to do. There's lots of things that take your interest, and they can be strung together and work harmoniously for you. You don't have to just do this one thing. You can do lots of different things, and they will harmoniously work for you. The black pearl has to do with possibilities, endless possibilities. So you're allowing yourself the opportunity to discern and discover. I'm also hearing on your behalf that there's some energy having to do with, when we go into the void and we can speak something into existence. So I'm hearing some of that for you as well. So speaking your heart's desire into existence. And with that understanding, knowing that this is whatever you're hoping to manifest for yourself is not just because you want it and you're greedy, but it's so that you can be a better gift to the world. So shifting that perspective, it's not just about you and what you want, it's about you being a better gift. And the things that are blessing you can help you be a better blessing. That makes sense? Because sometimes we get to a point where we're afraid to ask for gifts, spiritually things, or physical things in this world because we think we're being selfish. And that's not the truth for you at all. So I hope that helps. Anything else?
Scott said a blue steel pearl.
Blue steel pearl.
That was a hard sucker.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, there isn't anything you can't do. And this allows you to navigate in areas that are not smooth, because it can roll and turn and creates movement. So it's like things get stuck, people get stuck, and you're here to help unstick them. Does that make sense to you? So it's kind of like ball bearings are used for helping things roll, helping things move. So you're helping people get on a roll. You're helping people get past being stuck. And part of that is helping you get past being stuck. And as you allow that to happen, as you freely move in your world, then you can help others in their journey. I hope that helps. Anything else?
Susan, beautiful pink energy with threads of gold. Pearl was a silvery color with a lavender tint, sort of floated in front of her.
Awesome. Okay, so what was the first colors?
Pink energy with threads of gold.
Pink with threads of gold. Okay, so this is that loving, compassionate self that you have been cultivating over the years. And the golden threads, these are golden threads of connections, to spirit, divine source, connections to other people. And these connections have great value. And so you're allowing yourself to be aware of those connections on a deeper level than ever before. And the pearl was lavender, kind of shades of lavender?
Silvery color with lavender tint.
Okay, so this is about that divine connection. So the truth of who you are, your soul song is wanting to express itself in a way that helps other people tune into their connection as well. So this is about honor. That's about allowing yourself to, as you honor other people and hear them, which is something you do very, very well. You really have the ability to hear people. They begin to hear themselves. They begin to hear their own truth in things. So what a beautiful gift that is. Thank you for sharing. Anything else, Mr. Phil?
That's it.
All right, wonderful. Thank you all for joining us in. I hope you have a delightful St. Patrick's Day coming up. And if you need anything, you can reach out to Phil and I. We can either Facebook or message us. We're here for you. So,
Hey, once a year. That really is annoying.
So have a delightful rest of your day. May you be blessed. Oh, we forgot our energy
Got
circle.
our energy circle.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that flashy thing just kind of gets me. Okay. You're still connected to that bright energy, bringing it into your heart space. down into your hands, from one hand to the other, back to your heart space. That connects this link in. Let's just breathe into this sphere of light that's being developed within, between our hands. And today we're going to do something a little differently. We're not going to send this out to someone who could use it, even though you might want to do that later for yourself. We're going to take this energy and we're going to focus it back into ourselves to help our own self discern, discover, and utilize our own soul song. Can you feel the energy building in there? Bring it into your own heart space. And you, my friends, are the gift. You came to change the world. May it be so. Bless you. Have a good one.